King's threat to shame Andrew by stripping titles, the royal ultimatum that could change everything. Welcome to Crown Chronicles, your royal home of truth, tradition, and tantalizing secrets from behind palace walls. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, tap that notification bell, and join our growing royal family, because today's story is one that's shaking the very foundations of Buckingham Palace. It's a headline that has set tongues wagging across the world: King's threat to shame Andrew by stripping titles. The words alone send chills through the corridors of royal power. Could King Charles III truly be prepared to humiliate his own brother, the once proud Duke of York, in front of the entire world? The whispers, the tension, the private warnings, all point to one shocking possibility: the king is ready to do what even their late mother, Queen Elizabeth II, could never bring herself to do. Picture this: the quiet grandeur of Buckingham Palace. Behind those gilded doors, a storm brews. A king, burdened by duty, legacy, and scandal. A brother, shunned, defiant, and desperate for redemption. The family that once presented an image of unity now sits fractured by distrust. And at the center of it all lies Prince Andrew, whose fall from grace has become one of the most haunting chapters in royal history. Sources close to the palace say that King Charles has reached his breaking point. 4 months. He's endured mounting pressure, from Parliament, from the media, and most importantly, from the public, to sever the monarchy's lingering ties with his disgraced younger brother. Once a decorated naval officer, celebrated for his service and his charm, Andrew has become, in the eyes of many, the royal family's most toxic member. The king's patience, it seems, has worn thin. Reports suggest that Charles, known for his measured temper and careful diplomacy, has delivered a stern ultimatum: one more misstep, one more public embarrassment, and Andrew will be stripped of every remaining title, his dukedom, his honorary military ranks, even his remaining privileges as a royal. The king has made it clear, he will not allow his reign to be tainted by controversy, but this isn't just about punishment. It's about preservation. King Charles has made no secret of his mission to slim down the monarchy, to modernize it, to make it cleaner, leaner, and more accountable. And Andrew, with his scandals and stubbornness, doesn't fit into that vision. Palace insiders describe a king determined to restore the dignity of the crown, even if it means turning his back on his own flesh and blood. The tension between the brothers has been simmering for years, but it's never been this personal. Remember, Prince Andrew was once considered one of the Queen's favorites, the charming, daring son who could do no wrong in her eyes. He was the action prince, the royal playboy who rubbed shoulders with the elite. But that image shattered when his connections with convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein came to light. His disastrous 2019 BBC interview, in which he failed to show remorse or self-awareness, effectively ended his public career. Overnight, the Duke of York became the monarchy's greatest liability. After that interview, Queen Elizabeth had no choice but to strip him of most of his public roles, yet she allowed him to keep his title and status within the family. A mother's mercy, perhaps, or a final act of compassion from a monarch torn between duty and maternal love. But now, under Charles, that shield of protection is gone. The king has no such sentimentality. He rules with pragmatism, not emotion. For him, the monarchy must come before all else. Rumors began swirling again recently when Andrew reportedly started lobbying behind the scenes for a partial return to public life. He believes, according to close friends, that he has been punished enough, that time should heal all wounds, and that he still has something to contribute to the royal family. But Charles, insiders say, was furious when he heard about it. The king allegedly told advisors that such a move would be a catastrophic misjudgment, and that he would not hesitate to strip his brother of his titles if he continued to defy the crown's wishes. Behind palace doors, voices are divided. Queen Camilla is said to back her husband completely, reportedly telling those close to her that the monarchy cannot afford to carry the weight of Andrew's mistakes any longer. Meanwhile, Princess Anne, the ever-loyal sister, has remained silent but firm. She, too, knows the importance of protecting the institution at all costs. But the emotional toll on the family has been immense. Prince Edward and his wife, Sophie, are said to sympathize privately with Andrew's isolation but understand the king's decision. Then there are the younger royals, Prince William and Princess Kate. William, especially, is said to be adamant that the monarchy must distance itself from Andrew permanently. For William, the future of the crown depends on trust, transparency, and modern values, and any association with scandal undermines everything he's working to build. "There's no way back for Uncle Andrew," one insider quoted William as saying, but what of Andrew himself? Those who've seen him describe a man living in quiet denial. Residing at the Royal Lodge in Windsor, he spends much of his time writing, reflecting, and speaking only to a small circle of loyal friends and his ex-wife, Sarah Ferguson. Fergie remains his staunchest ally, the one person who still defends him publicly. She insists he's been treated unfairly and that he's a good man who made bad choices. But her words have done little to sway public opinion or the king's resolve. The royal aide's concern goes beyond image. There's a growing fear that Andrew's desperation could lead to yet another misstep, a public statement, a poorly timed interview, or an association with the wrong people, anything that could reignite the scandal and cast a shadow over the monarchy once more. For King Charles, that risk is simply too great. The king's message, according to palace sources, was delivered discreetly but firmly: stay quiet, stay out of sight, and preserve what little dignity remains. But the unspoken threat looms large. If Andrew dares to defy him, Charles will do what his mother never could: strip him of his dukedom and any remaining symbols of royal privilege. It would be an unprecedented act of royal accountability, one that could either restore public faith in the monarchy, or tear the brothers apart forever. And let's not forget the emotional undercurrent of all this. For all the power and prestige that comes with the crown, at its heart, this is still a family, one bound by love, rivalry, and shared history. To the outside world, it's a story of royal scandal. But within the walls of Buckingham Palace, it's the story of two brothers who grew up side by side, who once laughed together, and who now stand on opposite ends of the royal divide. If King Charles follows through, it will mark the final chapter in Prince Andrew's royal downfall, a symbolic severing of ties that would make clear that no one, not even the king's own brother, is immune from consequences. For the public, it would send a powerful message: the crown may be ancient, but under King Charles, it is not untouchable. This is a new age of accountability, one where the monarchy must prove itself worthy of its place in the modern world. As one royal expert put it, Charles's reign will not be defined by sentiment, but by survival. And in this ruthless balancing act of love and duty, the king appears ready to make the ultimate sacrifice: family peace for the monarchy's honor. So, will King Charles really go through with it? Will the Duke of York soon be simply Mr. Andrew Windsor? Or will some last-minute family diplomacy spare him from the ultimate humiliation? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain: this royal drama isn't over. Not by a long shot. Thank you for watching Crown Chronicles, where royal truth meets royal drama. If this story kept you on the edge of your seat, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more exclusive royal revelations. Because when it comes to the British royal family, there's always another chapter waiting to unfold. Crown Sparkles.